Ew. Hello y'all, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another kind of installment video type thing that I'm going to be doing, which is very much inspired by Smoky Glow. She sort of does her like drama recap where she's just kind of discussing things and going over recent stuff within the community. I will definitely leave her channel down below. She is thoroughly enjoyable to watch. Like, basically, she's one of the only, she's not even a drama channel, but when it comes to drama, she's one of the only people that I watch. And sort of in the sense of the fact that there is like so much stuff that is like always going on, and y'all, you know, you talk to me on Instagram and YouTube and the Twitter and everything and the Snapchat, and y'all always be asking, hey, what's your opinion on this? You're gonna be doing this and this and this and this, and I'm like, why don't we will just kind of do a whole video thing, and I kind of want to make it like a thing on my channel. I don't know if it's going to be Stale Tea Tuesday or Stale Tea Sunday. Maybe it'll depend, but I kind of want it to be consistently on the same day. I mean, enough of that going on, so we'll have to see depending on what day it is, and the reason I decided to call it like Stale Tea because by the time your girl gets around to like filming a video, it's probably going to be, you know, kind of stale, but I still want to give, you know, y'all my 2 cents concerning the matter. So we've got a couple different things we're going to be discussing today, one of which being the whole mess that is the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics lipstick launch going on. I think that currently is like the hottest topic. Smoky Glow, as I said, has a great video. So does Raw Beauty Christie, who I absolutely love her. She is one of the like bigger YouTubers who I actually like. I respect her opinion, and I feel like when it comes to just beauty on a whole, she is very transparent, very trustworthy. And so I don't know, some of y'all might be asking, well, what is the whole thing with the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics? You know, what's going on with that? Well, what's going on with that? I mean, you had the whole hue and cry about some people who were just all like, oh, well, we were kind of hoping for more than just, you know, 20 lipsticks. Which I understand. When you've been waiting for a makeup line for like 5 years, you figure, you know, well, you've had a long time to put together something absolutely amazeballs. And I admit, the Jaclyn Hill, I've got too much water in it. I admit, the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, you know, launch or just whatever is, I did prime. Why am I doing all of my face? Y'all, I'm losing my mind up in here. I just do this bit here. Give me just a second. Please ignore me while I am just straight up losing my mind over here. It's been a couple of days, but anyway, you got the whole thing where it's just like, well, we kind of expected more. That's like, okay, all right, whatever. That is far, few, and in between. There's still plenty of people, hundreds of thousands of people who are still going to be super interested in this makeup release. That's just the way it goes. I had the release and people were all like, woohoo, whatever, you know, some of it sold out and all like whatever. And then there was like the whole tax thing. I mean, there have been all kinds of videos going on about this. People were getting charged, you know, too much tax, too little tax, no tax, all kinds of different tax things. And I mean, that's just like, okay, it's a new website, it's a new brand, it's a new business. I mean, I've ordered from websites. I mean, Manny MUA, when he had his website, we had that whole PayPal thing, you know, when you're doing, you know, a new thing, it's, you know, it happens. I feel like that was just a lot less of a big deal. That just happened. They looked like they were trying to do their thing. Then, you know, the lipsticks started arriving and Twitter and Instagram started, we were having these people who were getting their lipsticks and the lipsticks were in varying levels of a compromised state. Y'all, people had ones that were like super melty and falling apart. We've had a couple people who have complained of finding like little bumpy granulars going up on in their their bullet lipsticks. There's that one young lady who commented and she was like, hey, here's a picture of my lipstick, and is it supposed to look like that? And Jaclyn was all like, if you have, like, dry lips and this lipstick is used, obviously it's gonna look like that. And I'm like, I have dry lips. I have used a bullet lipstick on said dry lips, and I have never seen a lipstick formula react in such a way as that one did. So quite a few people were calling BS on that, and then it just kind of kept rolling. I mean, people kept being like, oh, hey, here's a problem, and the company is like, well, what problem? We don't see a problem. And it's like, the problem right here. And then we started having, there was also that whole thing with the PR. There is speculation amongst certain drama channels that Jaclyn purposefully sent the PR specifically to smaller influencers in hopes of, sort of getting a biased review, sending it to people who are more likely to, in hopes of staying on a PR list, give it a more glowing review. As opposed to someone who just, kind of doesn't give a whatever. So cue some influencers who started giving these reviews that were, also from people who had purchased the collection themselves, because there's also speculation, all this kinds of speculation stuff, that the makeup, the lipsticks that were sent in the PR kit were fine and tagged and whatever, and were sent good on the quality train, whereas the ones that were, just made for normal people consumption were the ones that had the poor quality. And in Raw Beauty Christie's video, she actually, because she purchased it herself, and then she was informed that she would be receiving it in PR. So she did a kind of compare and contrast, and lo and behold, she noticed a lot more quality discrepancies within the ones she purchased compared to the ones that were sent to her in PR. And amidst all of this, all we've been seeing, or for the most part, there has been a recent issue discussing, the return things, get the refund and all that. But until that happened, there was just nothing but basically, well, shut up, the lipstick is fine. There was a lot of, I don't want to say backlashing, but they weren't exactly being, nice or really customer friendly to their consumers amidst all of this, who were saying, why does my lipstick have little black beads in it? Why does my lipstick smell bad? Why is my lipstick breaking in half or sliding off of the whatever the first time I use it? What is up with this? And what is important? See, this is where, the whole, like, a coincidence that then turns into something that's definitely much more than that. One or two people who are like, makeup is subjective. It is not, we don't all have the same experiences with it. Something I love may be something that, you don't love, and vice versa going on. But when you have sort of this almost unanimous, not necessarily everyone, but a large amount of people are experiencing this problem, that's when you're like, maybe it's not them and it's you. But according to Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, no, it's them. And what I hate about this, what I really, really blinking hate about this, and I hate this about a lot of, like, just influencer brands kind of on a whole. Y'all know I'm a fairly big fan / advocate, whatever, for Manny MUA's Lunar Beauty. I've tried a fair amount of the products, and I've enjoyed I don't think the Greek goddess eyeshadow palette. It was okay, but the majority of the stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm down. But when you have these like influencer brands, and I'm all for, I am an equal opportunity whatever, even if I don't like you, even if I despise you. No person does not deserve to have their dreams made a reality. And so take what I feel about, Jaclyn Hill as a person, take that out of whatever. That aside, there is this sense, and it's the same thing with when Dragon Beauty by Nikita Dragon came out. And it's this certain sense of like when they receive criticism or something happens and there's just this sense of, well, we can't do any wrong. You're the wrong person for, you don't understand the product. You're not smart enough to understand the process of creating it. You're not smart enough to understand, when the whole James Charles, this isn't a brand, but when the James Charles palette released and people, were having a little bit of issues with the whole pressed pigment thing, well, you're too stupid to know how to use a pressed pigment. It's not the palette's fault, it's your fault. And I feel like a lot of that just happens with the influencer brand where there isn't any acceptance of responsibility for the product or the brand that they're putting out. And I mean, this is your brand. This is your thing. This isn't just a video you're doing on YouTube. This is a cemented business. Obviously, I am not a makeup creator. I am not a business owner. I am not all whatevered in that. But you would think that if you have 5 years, or probably more than 5 years, or we'll just say 5 years, to figure this out. And, after 5 years, I mean, it's not just 1 or 2 lipsticks. It's like this whole launch was just one big, giant whirlwind of a thing, of words I'm not going to say on here. I mean, you would think that you would want the launch to be like the biggest, smoothest thing. And this is a thing about launches, not just beauty guru brands. We're talking just launches, premature launches, where it's like, well, let's get this product out here and just have it out rather than trying to focus on and pinpoint the quality. We just need to push the product out. So you have that whole thing going on. And then just I feel like a lot of times when it comes to makeup, a lot of us just regular, normal consumers who are just, we're just doing our thing, putting crap all up and around and on our faces. We sometimes forget the importance of hygiene when it comes to makeup. I know I do a lot, thinking about, having things around our eyes or things we need to do. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a hideously irresponsible makeup user. But I do feel like a lot of us just kind of, whatever we go for, and something that is, it's not, we're not just dealing with, oh, well, she promised this palette or this lipstick was going to be so pigmented, and it's not pigmented. It's a case of, she promised this lipstick and it's got, issues, big issues, not pigmentation, not wearability, nothing like that. It's like, no, it's got fibers and dysfunction, and it smells and little beads of whatnot and everything like that. And that, what if someone were to get that and were to then get some kind of infection or some kind of, reaction to this because someone wanted to push out a subpar or potentially, allegedly, expired product? I mean, where is the care for quality? Where is the care for hygiene? And where is the responsibility? 5 years. 5 blinking years. And you are going to say, oh, well, it's because, the workers were wearing white gloves. You are getting samples. You are getting product to look at and review and to ensure quality control. And if they've been using, you know, white gloves this whole dingity dang time, wouldn't we have already caught this and, you know, just diminished the, eliminated the use of said gloves like 2 years ago or something? But no. It's just an issue now. I mean, that just makes you look, oh my goodness, like so ignorant, so uninformed. And it really is making it seem like you don't care. It's like, you know, well, the product is out. We've made our money. And I mean, do they give any consideration to like, well, maybe we want this company to last, you know, more than a day? It's just like, no. No, we're good. We're good. We're good with the product we've got. And I mean, and it's more than just, oh, you owe it to your fans, or oh, you owe it to the people who spent their money, you know, to give them, you know, a good formula. You owe it to them to give them not even a good formula, a formula that's not, you know, expired or not whatever any of this is. It's just mind-boggling that there are times when we've reached the point to say, yes, this is okay. This is what I want to send out. This is what I want to represent my brand. And I really appreciated, I will leave the whatever, her username, her YouTube name down here. But her comment where she was like, you know, did you not realize this? You know, she's saying, you know, her mother and her friends and her family and everyone is using this product, and in the midst of using it, are they not noticing this? You know, are they somehow miraculously only getting in the ones that they use these absolutely amazing, so creamy, so smooth, so buttery, so pigmented lipsticks that aren't just all kinds of jacked up? I think not. I call BS. And like I say, I'm not a fancy makeup person. I don't have a degree, but neither does Jaclyn. And I mean, honestly, it is so mind-boggling to me how you would just be like, I mean, it's so irresponsible. It's so, I mean, it's one thing, like I said, it's one thing to put out just a YouTube video that's gonna get a lot of hate and a lot of flack. Okay, all right, whatever. That's whatever. But when you are literally putting a product out that you are claiming to be, you know, you are so proud, you are so happy, and repeatedly saying, I would not put my money on something that I didn't absolutely love. And I'm like, I mean, there is kind of the whole, I have kind of, I don't know if it's a theory or whatever, but when it comes to like Kylie Cosmetics, especially her skincare and a lot of these like influencer whatever brands, I'm like, do they even use their own products on themselves? I mean, outside of trying to shill them? I literally cannot understand where you reach the point of saying, yes, this is okay. And when you have, you know, you start off and you're like, well, people are just doing it for drama, you know, doing it for the views and everything like that. And then when you have people, you know, like Raw Beauty Chrissy and other YouTubers who are much more transparent than Jaclyn and, you know, have a very good reputation of being honest and unbiased in the sense of we're here for the makeup, not for, you know, sucking up to any of the people who made the makeup. And they're all saying, no, these regular consumers are right. There is something up with this. I mean, I have absolutely no idea what kind of development is going to be made by the time this video goes up. It'll have been about a week from filming to uploading. But I honestly think it is just absolutely abysmal how this all has gone down and how people have been treated and the quality of product they are receiving. I mean, say what you will. This is one of my big things, you know. Say what you will about Mr. Star, you know. He's all done and whatever, and I know he's not everybody's favorite person. He's not my favorite person, but he at least seems mostly committed to delivering a good product to his consumers. That being said, we can do kind of a little bit of a transition into, this isn't really drama so much as just, you know, something that kind of happened that I wanted to talk about, because I expressed a slight interest in wanting to review the Jeffree Star The Gloss lip gloss collection line thing. And now y'all know, any of y'all who've been with me, y'all know that your girl has a lot of glosses, even here in good old Tennessee, that I don't use. They sit there with lovely, glossy, beautiful intentions, and they just don't get used. And a big portion of that is because normally when filming and dressing up and being all shebang bang, I'm wearing a wig. And most of my wigs are long hair, and if there is something that does not mix well with lip gloss, it's long hair. And so you have that. I have been kind of venturing more into it with, you know, you got the summer glossy whatever months going on. But when I watched the release video, and even when I was watching it, I was like, did you, you know, forget your team, did you actually okay those like lip swatches that were gonna be like, you know, on the site? I mean, I tell you, my lips, you know, I took one look at those swatches and my lips like puckered and were just like, you know, they felt dry looking at them swatches. And I mean, I don't comment, I don't think the people who are all like, well, why would he make a black one and why would he make a blue one? And I'm like, because he has a black lipstick, and because he has, you know, blue lipsticks, he doesn't always make colors that are just straight up the norm. I mean, that's to be expected. Did they look kind of really awful, pale and patchy and gnarly? Yes, they did. But was it to be expected for him to release crazy colors? Yeah, I think it was. Now, like I said, y'all know I am not the biggest gloss person. I just not. And I am also like super particular when it comes to the formula. Y'all would have seen, not a fan of the ColourPop the ultra glossy lip. No bueno, no thank you. And looking at these, they just, I mean, and I feel like also part of it is, I mean, at this point, I feel like when it comes to like a Jeffree Star release, I mean, it's like, you know, oh, we expect him to change the game and his releases are always all kinds of woo, and this one was just kind of like, just didn't look like anything remarkable, like, at all. You know, the colors were okay, and a part of it is, I think, like, lip gloss is just kind of like, it's been done, it's there. I mean, I would much rather have seen him release blush or something like that, because lip gloss is just kind of like, okay. And I mean, I was so surprised. I made the decision on release day not to get nothing. I was like, you know what, you're trying to, you know, there are other releases that are holding your interest a lot more than these. And then I went back to the site later and I was like, wow, not a single shade had sold out. And that is, if any of y'all are familiar with Jeffree's track record when it comes to releases, that's surprising. And I mean, drama has since passed. You know, I've seen reviews and people are, you know, kind of, you know, whatever about it, and it's not a big deal anymore. But I gotta admit, those swatches were not attractive. I mean, looking at like the lip swatches alone would not have enticed or inspired me to purchase a single one. And I think the only ones, like, I like gloss for like kind of a lip topper, make my absurdly thin lips look maybe a little plumper. And so I would have got, you know, maybe some of the shiny ones, but I honestly, even for a review, I wasn't feeling it. It was not an exciting release. So that drama wasn't really anything too crazy. I honestly just think that people, especially in the beauty community, they just like creating drama. You know, it's like something always has to be a scandal. Something always has to be some kind of dramatic, over the top, whatever. And kind of in the whole, you know, onto our last little bit of a roundup here, in the whole, you know, creating drama. Y'all would have seen, or maybe not seen, you know, I don't know what y'all be watching. But I know some of y'all are very much on the up when it comes to what's happening within the community, but you would have seen James Charles make, I want to say it was an Instagram post where he's like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing all kinds of all this whatever interaction and everything like that, and kind of the consensus of people are like, what was he talking about? Where was the drama that made him feel the need to address this? And there's, of course, you know, speculation of, well, he just wants to be, you know, since all this thing is, you know, being talked about with, you know, Jaclyn, well, he just wants to be inserted in the drama, which, I mean, y'all know, how I feel about James Charles. Y'all know how I feel about that young man, and so I have a tendency to agree. I feel like even after the midst of, you know, Dramageddon 2.0, he is the type of person who, it's kind of like this whole no press is bad press. So as long as he's, you know, being talked about and being, you know, name whatever, you know, that's okay. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. And so we had all this thing with Jaclyn, and she was, you know, her name was getting, you know, run and whatever all the place, and James was like, wait, I need to stay relevant. And so honestly, this is, you know, I'm sure I am most definitely biased in this sense, but I honestly do believe that he feels, you know, unless he's being talked about, you know, he kind of does have to stir the pot, kind of, you know, in the same way that, you know, Jeffree, you know, it's just kind of this need to just insert yourself, even when there's absolutely no reason to insert yourself. And that may just be me. That may just be my, you know, James Charles disliking, biased opinion. I don't know. Definitely interested in hearing about what y'all, you know, are thinking about that, as well as everything else that's just happening. And it's so frustrating. Like, I feel like within this community, I mean the beauty community, nothing can be just at face value. Nothing can be, you know, it can't just be a release. It can't just be an Instagram post or a Twitter or something. It always has to be this big, ginormous, completely blown out, you know, whether it's like super hyped or whether it becomes this drama. It has to be this big, extreme 0 to 100 thing, which isn't really healthy. I mean, I feel like we just deal in extremes, you know. It's always just this like I said, it's either this like really big thing or it's, you know, this like, you know, nothing. It's just, why can't we just release makeup and do our thing and be chill? Why does it always have to be this like all or nothing? Maybe take a step back and focus a little less on the drama and just like focus on the makeup. And I know I'm sitting here, what am I doing? I'm sitting here discussing drama, but it has really become almost an integral, unavoidable part of the beauty community. Like, you can't have the makeup without the drama, and that's, I will admit, that is a little bit discouraging. But honestly, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, I just kind of wanted to like address some things and kind of just give my 2 cents on the matter. I know some of y'all had, you know, asked for my 2 cents, and I was like, okay, we'll just do a roundup video. Obviously, I would love to hear y'all's opinions concerning all this drama and crap, and just your like opinion on like drama on a whole within the community, as well as this like specific recent series of events. But thank y'all so much for watching. Definitely let me know if this is the kind of, you know, a video you would like to see me do. If I did do like, you know, keep doing the stale tea videos, whatever, I'd do them probably every 2 weeks to once a month, just to kind of be able to have kind of a roundup thing, rather than trying to struggle and do a whole video on one specific drama thing to let y'all know my opinions. So let me know about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!